Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into healthy eating.
Yeah, we've looked at a bunch of guidelines, fats, proteins, dairy, you name it.
Exactly. And our mission really is to pull out the practical stuff, the things you can actually use to make smarter food choices without, feeling totally overwhelmed.
Right. Making sense of it for your actual meals day to day. Simplifying it, but keeping the important bits.
Okay, let's dive right in then. Facts. The main message seems to be limit the total amount.
That's the starting point. But then they get specific about which fats to watch.
Yeah, like the solid ones. Butter, stick margarine. What else?
Shortening, lard, and those tropical oils, palm and coconut. They sneak into a lot of processed foods.
Ah, right. And why those specifically?
Well, they tend to be high in saturated fats, so limiting them is generally good for heart health.
Okay. And it's not just the obvious fats, is it? They mentioned other sources.
Definitely. Things like mayonnaise, creamy salad dressings, gravies, sauces, even chocolate can add up. It's about being aware of these hidden fats.
So a practical step is maybe choosing low-fat or non-fat versions, like low-fat mayo or non-fat gravy.
Exactly. Simple swaps can make a difference. And for cooking oils, the lean is towards vegetable oils, canola, olive oil. They have different fat makeup.
And margarine, if you use it.
Look for trans fat-free. That's key. Oh, and nuts are fine, good fats, but, portion size matters. Moderation.
This really brings us to labels, doesn't it? You have to read them.
Absolutely. Check the total fat, but really zone in on these saturated and trans fat numbers. It tells you a lot.
And just generally be wary of those super processed convenience foods.
Often, yeah. They tend to pack in more of those fats we're trying to limit.
Makes sense. Okay, shifting gears. Meats and meat alternatives.
The push here is towards leaner options.
Like fish, chicken, turkey.
And lean meats. Plus, a big emphasis on plant-based proteins, too.
Dried beans, peas, lentils, tofu, those kinds of things.
Exactly. Great alternatives. And with eggs, the advice is mostly about the yolks. Limit them to maybe 3 or 4 a week.
Interesting. So choosing leaner proteins helps manage overall fat intake, especially saturated fat.
Precisely, which is why they suggest limiting red meat, maybe just 3 servings a week, and picking leaner cuts like loin or round if you do eat it.
And then there's the avoid list.
Right. The fattier stuff, bacon, sausage, franks, a lot of luncheon meats, ribs, they tend to be higher in fat and sodium.
Organ meats, too, like liver.
Yeah, they're generally higher in cholesterol, so the guidelines suggest limiting those as well.
Okay. What about dairy? What's the advice there?
Similar theme. Go lean. Non-fat or low-fat milk, yogurt, cottage cheese are the top choices.
And regular cheese.
Well, most cheese is higher in fat naturally. There are exceptions, like some mozzarellas or ricotta made from non-fat milk, but generally something to be mindful of.
So maybe not loading up on cheese all the time. What about cream cheese or sour cream?
Choose the light or fat-free versions if you can. And heavy cream or sauces made with lots of cream are best seen as occasional things.
Got it. Now, fruits and vegetables seem simpler.
Wonderfully simple. Basically, eat lots of different kinds. Variety is key.
And how you prepare them matters, right? No heavy sauces.
Exactly. Season with lemon juice, vinegar, herbs, maybe a light mist of olive oil. Just let their natural flavors shine without adding extra fat.
Love that. Okay, breads, cereals, grains. What's the focus?
Whole grains. That's the clear message. Whole wheat bread, oats, brown rice, whole grain pasta. Get that fiber.
And avoid the high-fat stuff in this category.
Yeah, things like granola that might have lots of added oil, cookies, pies, pastries, donuts, croissants. Those are usually higher in fat and sugar.
Right. Okay, lastly, they offered some cooking tips too, didn't they, to lower fat?
Yes, really practical stuff. First off, try to avoid deep frying. Obvious maybe, but important.
And prep work.
Trim visible fat off meat. Take the skin off poultry before you cook it. That makes a big difference.
And cooking methods.
Baking, broiling, boiling, poaching, roasting, those are all great. They don't usually require adding much, if any, fat.
What if you do pan fry?
Use a non-stick pan, maybe a little vegetable oil spray, and always drain off any fat that renders out during cooking. Discard it.
Good tip. And for vegetables.
Steaming is fantastic. Keeps the nutrients in, no added fat needed. Or flavor things up with herbs or no oil marinades instead of buttery sauces.
So pulling it all together, it sounds like it's about balance. Leaner proteins, low-fat dairy, tons of fruits and veggies, whole grains.
And just being conscious of the types of fats and how much you're eating, plus using those lower fat cooking techniques. Small choices adding up.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? If you just pick one or two of these ideas, maybe trimming fat or switching to whole fats, how might that consistently change things for you over time? Something to consider.